What are the questions, Mike? I'm pumped about questions today.
Questions. All right, let me get into them here. Some of them aren't quite questions. Some of them are just statements. So Mulder Outdoors said, "Love your new intro." That's it.
We love our new intro too, Andy. Did Andy say how he did selling the Freedom hats? I guess the
He did
fourth,
not.
2 more days. He's got 2 more days to move those hats out.
Yeah.
And then he's got to put them on a discount because July 4th will have come and went.
You'll be offering cashback rebates for that.
Cash rebates off the hats. We should do a cash rebate of $950 on every impression hat.
Slaving Landscapes, another statement, not a question, but I had a slinger on my job site today to put soil in. Man, it's slick. I think PK, you're talking about slingers.
Yes, we did a bunch of slinging. There's great YouTube videos of us slinging. If you want to see some slinging action, check out the Paver King YouTube channel. We're now up to episode 62 of Paver King Out and About.
Does that represent 62 days of daily posting?
No, I try to post one every day. I'm not always successful, but I try hard. I mean, I am a landscaper. I'm always 24 hours away from becoming a roofer. Every landscaper is only 24 hours, is only one accidental hit of meth from becoming a roofer.
Accidental hit of meth.
No one does it intentionally the first time.
I think they do.
Another statement here. Oh, go ahead, PK.
No, go ahead. I'm happy to hear another statement.
Please stop the river stone in gardens, mulch it, or don't build a garden. Sod it instead. From Irish Betab. No river rock in gardens? What do you guys think?
I don't like river rock in gardens.
Same.
I don't like river rock anywhere.
That's true too.
But we're going to Brockville tomorrow to do river rock beside the 401. 20 tons of riverstone by a 401 culvert where absolutely no one, I had to walk probably a 3-minute walk into the bush to find this culvert. There's not a person alive that will go to this goddamn culvert. And they're dumping riverstone at, what is it, 100 and some bucks a yard into this culvert when clear gravel would do just fine.
How much is a ton of river rock out by you?
80 bucks a yard, 80 bucks yeah, sold by
like
the yard.
It's like fucking 150 here.
Yeah. Do you have any rivers by you?
I have a river in my backyard. Well, it's a creek, the Oshawa Creek. It's nice. It's as nice as the name makes it sound.
The Oshawa Creek.
Wow, I'm at 40 bucks a yard.
$40 a yard?
Yeah, river rock.
Or $40 a bag?
No, $40 a yard.
From where?
Maybe I shouldn't say. I don't know. That's what my pricing list says.
That's
from a certain supplier. I won't say who.
That's a business opportunity. If you're getting it
at
$40
where is the supplier?
This would be in Kitchener.
I could probably send a truck. So if I pick it up by the ton, and it's let's say here it's 100, like I don't know, it's like $120 a ton maybe. So it's $2,400 a load. So if I got it for 40, it would be $800. So that would leave me $1,600 to drive to Kitchener and back with a dump truck. That's pretty good.
The 2-hour drive one way?
Yeah,
For
that's
you?
pretty good. Yeah, you
Yeah.
could do 2 loads a day,
Yeah.
probably, if you left early enough. I could make some fucking serious money going to Kitchener for River Rock. What kind is this colorful river rock? Like granite colorful river rock? Or
No,
is this
it's not granite.
potato stone?
Potato stone, I guess.
Oh, it's not river rock, that's potato stone. You're misrepresenting this whole thing. Liar. You're gonna have to fact check this
So
episode.
your guys are the granite ones. That's
Yeah,
100
colorful
okay.
granite. Yeah.
Gotcha.
You're gonna have to fact check this fucking episode just like they did the presidential debate.
Our 1-inch Algonquin River is about 100 a yard.
Oh, it's about the same. Yeah. It's called Algonquin River.
Okay, going back to swaving landscapes. We've only got 2 more questions here, guys. So
Sure.
let's stretch these out a bit.
Fuck yeah.
As an owner, how do you avoid mid-season mental burnout?
I'm in the middle of that.
Yeah.
So I did
too.
not avoid it. Today I had a mid-season mental burnout.
Do you guys ever avoid it?
No.
Sometimes I'm too busy to get burnt out. Like I'm running on fire through the whole season, and before you know it, the season's done. But this year, I'm not busy enough to not be burnt out. I'm just so sick of fucking chasing everything that comes through the door to try and pull in some work for these guys.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more burned out than normal.
Was it different when you compare, okay, I'm burnt out 2 years ago because product shortages and you've got too many clients coming in and too many people talking to me, versus I'm burnt out because I need to run around and try to get work? Is it a different kind of burnout for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Is it
not.
more exhausting now?
It's more exhausting now because I don't have that padded fat wallet bank account that I did. That was like the apple of my eye during that time, right? Like I'm just like, this is awesome. I will continue to eat shit every day and work as hard as I can and be as tired as I can because the bank account is stacked. Now it's like, oh, I got to chase this $3,000 run entranceway job for 2 meetings. Like that's more exhausting. Meeting a client twice for a 60 square foot entranceway, that's way more exhausting than slave driving the guys all day and raking topsoil out.
I think that I've spent like such an infinite amount of time calling back and checking what have we followed up on and what didn't we follow up on, and calling people to say like, how do I get this job? I want this job. You know, those kind of things. Like it is exhausting and endlessly worrisome, I guess. Like before now I'm, based off the hope that September will be good. I got to get to September, will something come up? Will something close? What are we going to do? Like it's all that stuff is just weighs on you all the time. So it's just a matter of figuring, I guess. I am more burned out this year than I've ever been. It seems like everything is just really hard. It's like every single thing is hard. Whereas 2 years ago, I felt like things just flowed. Like I emailed quotes back. People were like, go ahead with the job. Things just flowed. Now it just seems like every day is harder than the day before it.
You could close a 60 square foot front walkway through email before, and now you have to do 2 meetings just to close it.
Yeah.
And being that we deal with a lot of landscapers, I think people were way more organized 2 years ago than they are now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they had to be. You had to be organized to get product. You had to be organized because everyone was in demand. And I think that because everyone's slow, that's how you end up with I mean, I always have people texting me at 8 o'clock at night for gravel or trucks or bins or whatever. Like that's part of the game. But I think that this year it's been a lot more prevalent because people are also focused on trying to find the next job while they're doing the job they're doing, and they can't be 100% focused on it. And it's a bad situation all around. But I'm way more burned out this year than I've ever been. This is of like I don't remember in 35 years ever being as burned out as I am this year. I'm just tired and done, and like man, I'm so fucking done with all of this shit. And I don't know how to do anything else, so I'm kind of fucked. Just get up, whatever happens. Hey, well, that happened. Keep moving forward. So I don't know what else to do. It's been a hard year.
Yeah, it's been a hard year. It's only half done. Wait, July, August.
I think part of it is it's been hard
5
on
months left.
it's been hard on everyone because because like inflation is so fucking bad, and that's hard on all the people that are you're working with around you. It's hard on you. It's hard on your own personal. Like it's the country is a fucking disaster. Like, this country is a total disaster. Like, I understand it's
Yes.
not like a third world country or something, but it is a hard place to live now.
Absolutely.
Day in, day out. It's a very like I have spent. It's a hard place to make a living, I guess would be, and maybe it's designed like that. Like maybe the current government is designing to make it as hard as possible to earn a living. I don't know, but it's like I have so many of these fucking soil sheets. It's insanity. Like we're producing like between 40 and 50 soil sheets a day.
That's wild.
And
Wow.
then you have to collect them, and then Kelly has to scan them, and it's just like it's just never ending. The amount of stress over soil sheets, because I know that like a lot of truck drivers don't give a fuck about them. Like they don't care. And I'm like climbing up their side of the trucks this morning going, okay, like this is like this morning, I'm climbing up the side of trucks going, okay, here's the soil sheet. I filled all of it out for you. The entire thing is filled out except the date loaded, the time loaded, like even have the longitude and latitude of where you're getting fucking loaded on these fucking soil sheets. Like that's how in-depth they are. You have to write date loaded and time loaded. You have to write your own name and your license plate number. And you have to write date unloaded and time unloaded. And that's it. That's all you got to do. And I get back half these sheets without it all filled out. Oh, I forgot to put what time I dumped. Oh, I forgot to put what time I got loaded. Oh, I forgot my own name. I don't know my truck's license plate number. I don't know what to do with the sheets. I'm like, just leave them on the fucking clipboard. And then on top of that, there's been an endless discrepancy every day with the amount of loads we haul and the amount of loads that get dumped. And the discrepancy is always in the fucking dump guy's favor. Like, why would I lie about this shit? I'm saying to the client, why would I fucking lie about this? Like, he's like, well, the other guy's saying it's 7 loads and you're saying 5. I'm like, fine, let's go with 7. I don't give a shit. That's great. I'm telling you, I brought 5. It's so hard. And it's just like, and now I'm at the stage where not only does everyone have a clipboard with all their soil sheets on it, we have to sign a sheet where the soil's going. And I gave every driver a different colored gel pen because I thought they were like faking signatures and writing shit. Well, now you can't because everyone has a different rotating colored gel pen. So try faking that fucking motherfucker. Like it's not just a blue pen or a black pen. One guy's got an orange pen and one guy's got a burgundy pen and one guy's got
Burgundy pen.
Yeah, seriously. I bought like this whole box of pens. There was 30 colors of gel pens. Someone's neon pink, someone's neon blue, someone's aqua velva, like whatever. Like I'm like, what is today I spent the whole day saying, like, what does my fucking life come to? corralling these people to fill out these fucking pieces of paper.
Yeah.
On the horizon, though, Jack is developing an app for this.
Wow.
Because all the current apps are totally fucking useless
Yikes.
for what we do. They're good for digging a condo basement that's 5,000 loads. They work great for that. But for the kind of shit we do, like a bin from this residential site and a bin to that, like they fucking suck for what we do. They don't work. So we're building a custom, like we've reached a stage where a small, very, very small and insignificant trucking company has to build its own app for this soil sheets bullshit. I bet like 99% of the people aren't even doing this fucking crap. Like, but if you get caught, the first fine's like 2,500, second fine 5,000, third fine 10,000. Then it starts going into the hundreds of thousands.
Yikes.
Like they take this, like there's like literally enforcement people just driving around enforcing this shit. But this, I look at this, I'm like, this is making it like impossible to do work. My whole job has now become calling records and clipboards and gel pens and
What do they do with the information?
I don't know.
Nothing.
I have
You
to
think someone's doing something with all this shit?
Well, what they're doing it like so legally, I have to email a copy of every soil record to every client that we move soil for every week. I give 7 days. So that's what Kelly does all weekend is if you got a bin from us, we send you a soil record of where we picked it up, where it went, so that you have, and you're supposed to archive it. So that if sometime down the line, they come knocking on your door and say, where has all the soil gone? Because they want to track soil to the dump trailer. A single shovel full of soil in a dump trailer should legally be tracked.
No.
Under 50 loads residential doesn't have to be tested, but it has to be tracked. So like Mike, you get a bin, that company should be supplying you with a haulage record that you should be keeping in your job file, because for up to 7 years, they can come and ask you where that soil went from that job.
I don't get that.
Well, no one does. I'm the only fucking idiot on the planet doing this shit. You know why? Because I'm the only idiot that will get busted for it.
This country's fucked.
It's asset. This whole thing is like, I understand that there's a problem exists somewhere with people hauling contaminated soil. I agree that that's probably an issue somewhere. But probably 99% of the soil that moves in Ontario is not contaminated. So all of this shit is happening.
Yeah, I think it's a bit excessive. A lot excessive. But like, so they're checking all the soil.
Yeah.
So that they can get 1% of the soil.
But this doesn't even.
Like, where does the red tape stop?
Well, this
And
all
what
this
about
is, yeah.
There's, for the last 80 years, soil has been moving without testing and without documentation. And I think we did just fine. Nothing caught on fire, right? No children got poisoned from playing in fucking contaminated mud.
So on this sheet, I know you guys can't see it because it fuzz, but it has on the sheet that stuff in gray is stuff that must be filled out legally. And the stuff in white is just, you could fill it out. It's optional. And they don't care whether you fill it out. But this is just some of the things that are optional. Material type, optional. Don't have to fill that out. It's optional what kind of material it is. That's optional. The authorized signature that I hereby certify all above material has been properly described, classified, and packaged and is in the proper condition for transportation to applicable regulation. Authorized signature. Optional.
Wow.
Don't have to get that signed. The address of the transport company, optional. Like the receiving company it asks for the name of the receiving company and the address, but it never on this sheet does it actually ask you where you took the soil. It asks it never asks you where the soil came from either. It asks you who generated the soil. Oh no, it does ask for the generating site. So it asks you for who is the generator of the soil, the generating site, the transporter of the soil, and the receiver of the soil, but it never actually asks you where did the soil go. It's the stupidest sheet ever, but this is printed right from the Ontario Soil Ministry's this is their recommended haulage sheet.
We have a Ministry of Soil.
And yeah, well, there's a whole enforcement division. That's all they're doing is driving around. There's a whole enforcement division, and all they're doing is driving around enforcing soil. I don't know if we talked about this last week. So everyone we're at the Canoe Museum, they're making us use the soil that came from the Canoe Museum, went to a holding site, got screened, and then we had to buy it back from the holding site and put that soil in. And it was all being tracked, right? So we did that. They wanted the soil because of the indigenous properties, because of the indigenous heritage of the soil. So we put all the soil in. It rained a lot, so the soil solidified. So a lot of small rocks started showing up in the soil, right? Because that's what happens. When it rains and the soil solidifies, the rocks come to the surface because they don't solidify. So we're having a meeting there, and they say to me, "You got to get all these rocks out of the gardens." These are the fucking indigenous rocks. They came in the indigenous soil. They're part of the makeup of the soil. So if I take them out, am I not affecting the makeup of the indigenous soil from the property? I'm being honest. I'm not. Is that not true?
It's a good conversation to have.
Yeah,
these are the rocks that came in the soil that you forced me to buy because it's the soil that was from here.
Yeah.
So if I take the rocks away and transport them somewhere to a non-indigenous rock site, the whole thing gets so muddled so fast.
Is that what you told them?
So the director of the Canoe Museum, who I like very much, she's an insanely smart person. She said to me, "That's the kind of email you write but never send for your own satisfaction, Mike." I said, "You're right. That is the kind of email you write but never send." She's like, "I agree with the point you're making, but let's get the rocks out of the garden." I said, "Okay, we'll take the rocks out of the garden."
Let's say, who's paying to take the rocks out of the garden?
Me. I pay for everything.
That's ridiculous.
That's the way it is. If someone told you to get all the rocks out of the garden on a commercial job, you'd take all the rocks out of the fucking garden.
There'd be a long email chain that went all the way up. So these rocks
But sooner or later, if you want your hold back, you'll take the rocks out of the garden.
No, they take a fan rake and spend all of 15 minutes doing it. But it is kind of ridiculous to take.
I just push them down deeper into the soil.
Or get some new soil and spread it over top.
Yeah.
Then hope it doesn't rain before you mulch it.
Well, if you're going to mulch over it anyway, why don't you just mulch it?
Because they've seen the rocks.
Now they're going to see the mulch on top of the rocks
Oh,
and never think of the rocks again.
This took so long because of the civil contractor to get to the point where we're fucking actually now mulching the gardens. We have to de-weed all the gardens.
Oh, that's a pain in the ass.
Oh, it sucks, but it was the only way to do the job was we had to keep putting plants in. But because the civil guy, first of all, the stupid mechanical contractor buried the irrigation outlet that comes out of the building. He buried it under the main water main for the building. That's where you need your irrigation outlet, under the water main for the building, 7 feet in the ground. Fuck. Anyways, by the time that got all sorted out and the civil guy was doing his thing, we were planting plants, but we couldn't mulch because we didn't have, it's all drip irrigation. So you can't mulch till the drip irrigation goes in. But rightfully so, our irrigation guy was like, until they have somewhere for me to connect to, I'm not coming to build the system. This is stupid. Anyways, we ended up with a lot of weeds in the gardens. So now we're pulling all the fucking weeds.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not. The guys are, but what are you gonna do? Like? We need to finish the job. We need to leave the place. We need to get paid.
Yeah.
And those are the things you have to do.
No,
At least
I
we
get
didn't
it.
fuck up anyone's railing install.
Well,
Sounds
you
like a
did.
residential client.
Have you been asked to take rocks out of the?
No, I'm just saying, like, the argument to go commercial is that you don't have those nitpicking things, right? Is it not?
I think that the huge weeds in the garden are legitimately somehow our responsibility. Like I can't mulch over them. I mean, I guess if I wanted to, I could launch it like in commercial, you can launch a delay claim. And if you launch a delay claim, you can make your delay claim up to like 200 or 300,000. Probably on this job, we could do a delay claim for 100 grand and no problem. And we would win in court. But we would never have another job from this client. Like if we went through all the delays that we had on that job of all the things that delayed us and how much it cost us in delays, I'm sure we could make a valid case for 100 grand and $100,000 delay claim. But like, great. Now we'll never have another client. Because it's just the way it is. Whatever. It's one of those things you have to just
Eat shit and
it
smile.
well, it's happened. It happened, and now you just have to move forward.
Yeah.
That's what we do every day. It happens, and then we move forward. And then we hope for the best.
I wish I had a commercial job where things could happen and I could move forward. But I'm doing all residential stuff right now.
I'm not pumped about doing a residential job.
No.
I don't have any residential leads. It's not a market that I want to play in. I don't want anything to do with it. Except we get residential leads from Nancy. Because that's a long time relationship for me that I value a lot. And I value her friendship a lot. And I like doing jobs with her because it's just part of our friendship. So that's different. But like I haven't chased very many, like, well, basically zero. It's I'm sort of looking forward to it. I'm sort of not, because in some ways it is more simplistic because we'll be the only people there. Well, that's not true. Jordan's building the fence, doing the pergola. So we have to, but at least you're only coordinating with him, and that's fairly easy. And shit that happened 4 years ago when they buried the irrigation main under the water main, that's not going to affect my life, I guess, in theory. Hopefully. Maybe not. Maybe. Anyways, we'll see how it goes. Maybe I think it will also be a nice break for the guys to not, to be the only people somewhere and be the only people working on something. And I think that that's definitely pretty fair.
Last question here, guys.
Sure.
This one is from New Leaf Ottawa. New Leaf Ottawa asks, should I start a landscape consulting business?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Why not?
Everyone does. Like consulting other landscapers or consulting.
Yeah, landscape consulting business.
Well, but you could be consulting clients on how to deal with their landscapers.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you went to price a residential job? Just let's say you headed up the stairs, Mike, to price the residential job, and you rang the doorbell, and the homeowner was there, said, "Hello, Mike, how are you?" And you said, "I'm good." And they said, "This is Chad, and he's our hardscape consultant, and he wants to talk to you about the hardscaping." Would you invite that conversation, or would you turn and walk away?
I would probably invite it and see what how that whole conversation goes. I think that would be very interesting. I would not walk away. I would want to see how that goes.
So I think there's a valid a very valid thing that if someone's investing 200 or 300,000, 400,000 in a landscape, that they could have an expert consultant come in and consult with the contractor. Check the contractor's work periodically. If let's say you're getting 400 grand of landscaping put in, and a consultant wants $10,000 to come by once a week during construction and just inspect how things are being done. Do you think that would be a good investment?
I think it's a great way to piss off the guy doing the work.
What if the guy doing the work's doing a shit job on your 400 grand? Like,
Well, then,
Shouldn't have hired him.
yeah, you've got a lot of other problems.
Yeah.
but you don't know who to hire and who not to hire
Why wouldn't you hire the hardscape consultant to do the?
because they're retired and this is all they do
Why
now.
wouldn't they have people that they work with, the consultant?
Oh, but then
The
maybe they
consultant
do.
has to be able to.
Maybe the consultant does bring in his own team. But you could also hire the consultant to watch the other team. Make sure the proper materials are being used, the proper grades are being hit. I'm just saying if the contract was $100,000 and you were spending 10 grand on that, it's 10% of the contract. So you're spending 2.5% of the contract to ensure the contract is done 100% properly. At 10 grand against 400 grand.
I understand the concept. Like, I don't mind the concept of someone, in theory, coming in and checking to make sure everything is right. Do I think you're going to have it play out in a perfect scenario where the consultant gets along flawlessly with the installer? I don't think so.
The whole
I think-
point of the consultant is to not get along with the installer. The consultant's not there to be buddies with the installer. The consultant's there to make sure they're installing the right square footage, they're digging the right depth, they're putting in the right amount of gravel, they're not using round drainage stone, they're using angular 3/4 clear.
So is this a consultant that's ICPI certified, and then when you're installing an open graded base, they say to the client they're doing it wrong?
Maybe.
Because ideally, the hardscape consultant has some sort of credentials behind them that they can point to the client and say, "Hey, I'm ICPI certified."
Potentially, yeah. Or it could just be someone with a lack of experience that sold their business and is retired. Just looking
They
to
use stone dust to build their bases and stands by it.
absolutely, that could be the case.
So then, in that case, your consultant is wrong.
Right.
So what's worse, having a consultant that's wrong or a landscaper doing the job that's wrong? And then having them fight about it because neither one of them is right.
Yes.
And then everybody's pissed off in the situation. The consultant, the installer, and the homeowner. And everybody's getting sued now. That's a fucking recipe for disaster.
Oh, I'm not saying that this is. I'm not. I'm not selling my business to retire to do this. I'm just saying that a lot of money's being spent on things, and having a consultant, to come in and watch how things are being done. Like if there was a consultant on your job, perhaps the electrical line would have already been in a conduit.
Yeah, potentially.
Right. You're viewing it as only the consultant brings nothing to the contractor, where the consultant could in fact make your job flow smoother and help you get the job done faster.
I think the consultant goes, "Hey, you got to put that in a conduit," and there's no one around to put it in a conduit but you. So guess who has to put that in the conduit?
It's better than the client digging it up themselves, I guess.
I'm at no fault if the client puts it in a conduit by himself.
Yeah, I'm not saying this is what I want to do. I'm saying he asked if he should start a hardscape consulting company, and I'm saying there's probably a market for it.
So I did 2 DIY consultants. I did 2
Consult?
projects last year. Yeah. That paid me for that. And I know PK is against my DIY content, but that's where those 2 projects came from.
So
We
you
We're
use
doing all right.
you are a hardscape consultant.
I don't advertise myself to be one.
But you are one.
No, I don't think so. I think I
Would
just
you-
did
would
it
you-
as
would you-
somebody who
Would-
me.
Would you consult for a homeowner when another contractor is doing the work?
No, I think that would be too much of a pain. I'd rather just do the work.
Yeah, but what if they offered you the big number to come in?
Uh, how big of a number? I think that would be way too much of a pain. I would just want to do the job.
What if someone was doing $1 million, say they were doing a $2 million landscape?
Yeah.
They found you on YouTube and offered you $250,000 for the year to come and watch these people do this job.
I think there's people that are more qualified than me to manage a, what did you say? $1 million project?
$2 million landscape.
2 million? Yeah, I would pass that off to somebody.
Why? Why do you think you're not qualified enough?
I think there's people more qualified than me.
But they don't want them. They want you. They found you. They asked you.
Why aren't you qualified enough to do that?
Well,
Just 'cause
I
you
agree.
haven't done
Like,
it before? Like,
I
but you
am
know
not saying
all
I'm
the
not
steps of
qualified
everything that
enough.
needs to be
I'm
done.
saying that I know people in my network that are more qualified that would be willing to take that on. And I'd be more than happy to pass them that.
what if they said, we don't care about this people, we want you to do it? We don't care about your friends.
I would still want to be building the project.
We're hiring the I am a
I
hardscape.
would take that on as long as I could work as a subcontractor on the site as well.
Fair.
I don't think I could do a full year of consulting. I think that would kill me. What
Why?
about you
'Cause
guys? You guys get the same offer?
I'm not smart enough to take it.
$250,000 to sit on that site? No, I make more managing my own company.
Yeah, but your company doesn't exist.
Why doesn't it exist?
Let's just
Why
say
would they
it.
call me if they didn't know that I was a landscaper?
Because you sold your company and retired.
Oh, if I'm retired? I don't know if I would take that.
If I'm retired, I would take that.
It's probably
I'm looking
not
at it
gonna-
right now. PK tends to make up a story around it, around these like hypotheticals. I'm looking at it like right now.
Oh, I'm just trying to force you down the path to what you
I
say.
know. It tends to be whatever PK has
Choose
a
your own
hypothetical.
adventure where you keep ending up in the back same space.
If you were retired, you wouldn't take it, Chad?
I don't think it's gonna go how you think it's gonna go.
What if it's close to your house?
Do I need the money? Like, has Justin Trudeau increased
Yeah,
my fucking taxes again?
You need the money.
If I need, I'll do a lot of shit for money.
You lost
But-
your last HST battle and now you need the money.
We didn't lose our battle. Actually, we won.
I know, but I'm
Alright.
saying you lost your last one. Not this
Oh,
one. I'm saying 10 years in the future, you're verging on retirement and you lose your HST battle and this opportunity comes up.
Well, I guess you got to take it, don't you?
See, I knew you would take it. I knew you
Well,
would sell out.
You just keep pushing, until you
Look,
get
I knew
the
you'd
answer.
sell out.
I get about to lose my house.
If you were destitute on the street and your child was starving, would you take it, Chad? You'd fucking sell out.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I don't think it's gonna go how you think it's gonna go, though.
No, I think
I
so.
don't think it's going to go well at all.
Yeah, like I think it's if you think you're riding that gravy train for a year, you are not.
Yeah.
You're waking up every day
You
for
have
a
fat
fight.
deposit.
Yeah. You're waking up every day with a fight with the installer. And I'm not
What if,
working
what
with
if
that
the
guy
install? What if
here.
the installer's amazing and doing everything perfectly?
Then
like,
what
you
are you
guys-
there for?
But that you're still there to make sure it goes perfect. There's consultants on your jobs, commercial jobs. There's consultants watching what you're doing.
Yeah.
They're getting paid to watch what you're doing. You're doing a good job. You're doing it perfectly. They're still there watching you getting paid to watch you do it, even though you're doing it right. Like you're
Then
not knowing.
Yeah,
You're not.
they're
They're
there
there.
from a distance.
Yeah.
Once they know you got it under control, they let their foot off the gas there and just hang back.
That's what
Right.
I'm saying.
Yeah. Things don't come that easy for me.
No, me neither. So I said I'm not smart enough to take this job. I'm not
gonna get
smart
this
enough to be a hardscape consultant.
What about a hardscape business consultant for business owners? Do you guys take that on?
The first step they say is knowing your numbers, right? I'm out.
What?
Yeah.
What? Sorry, what do you say?
What about a hardscape business owner consultant for business owners? Do you take that on? Because I think that's what NOFH Auto was referring to.
So the 15-minute tirade we just went on this is not relevant to the question.
Absolutely not.
I honestly have absolutely zero interest in telling people how to run their businesses. As a person, I just don't. I don't think that my advice is good enough for someone to be following and running their business. I don't think it's. I think that's because though I think in order to offer advice to someone else's business, you have to believe in your heart that your business isn't a total fuck show. I think you would. I don't know. I'm sure somewhere, someone, I have offered them some piece of advice that helped them.
On this
Yeah.
podcast.
To offer it on a daily or tell you how to run your, like, I could look at your business and tell you what I think is wrong with it, I guess. Would someone pay me to do that? I don't know. Maybe.
If somebody reached out to you on Instagram right now and said, PK, I want you to take a look at my business, would you do it?
I'd say I don't make a great partner right now.
What if your HST battle did not go down good?
What is the business? Like is it a hardscape business?
Yes, it's a hardscape business.
I don't know. I'd always be worried I'm going to give someone bad advice and it's going to fuck up their life. This is like when they brought out the whole, you can sell your clients financing as well as a patio. And I just, as soon as they said that, it just turned my stomach. I want to like get involved with these people's finances. I want these people calling me and saying, hey man, they're repossessing my patio because you gave me terrible advice on a 22% interest rate, man. My whole life's fucked. I spend all my time at the cash converters. I don't know, man. It's not me. I just want to build your patio and leave. I don't even want to sit on it. I fucking hate being outside.
I hate being outside.
I do. Fucking hate it. When you're 50, you'll hate it too.
I do hate being outside.
How old are you?
37.
You hate it already. Imagine when you're 50 like me.
All weekend, my wife's like, let's do something outside. Let's go here. Let's go hike. Let's go. I'm just like, I was outside all week.
Outside
if I'm not
sucks.
hunting, I don't want to be outside.
I don't even want to be doing that outside.
Hunting?
Yeah, it's not me.
It's yeah, you got to be the right person.
It's just not. I don't want to drag dead things through the woods in my spare time. It's just not me. I don't want to drag dead things out of the supermarket.
All right, you're one of those vegans now, are you?
No, I just lazy. I'm not a vegan at all. I'm like eating the keto diet. I mostly eat pepperoni sticks. Well, God help me if the nitrates affect you. I just don't want to kill things in the woods and then drag them around. It just doesn't appeal to me. Hey, if you like it, I don't care that you're doing it. Like, I think it's great. I just don't want to do it. Like I said, I don't want to go and get a pack of ground beef and carry it to my truck. Never mind, go find a natural cow in the woods.
A natural cow in the woods.
Then drag a 1,000-pound natural cow and the nature cow fucking drag it through the woods and fucking butcher it myself. I have no interest in that shit.
An organic
Like
cow.
when you shoot a cow out in the wilderness, like you got to bring that cow back, right?
When's the last time you heard someone shoot a cow
I don't know.
in the woods?
It's a natural
Like a deer
It was a
or
cow.
a moose?
It was a white-tailed cow.
What do you think? Cow.
I'm just saying, it's just not my gig, man.
No, it's not for everyone. That's for sure.
So I don't have a problem with it, and I think it's great that you're doing it and killing shit and eating it. I think that's awesome. It doesn't bother me. I just physically don't want to. I'm just really lazy person.
It does take quite a bit of energy to get out there.
It does.
And like, even if you're just sitting there freezing your balls off, it takes a lot of energy and a lot of motivation to do that.
What part of it appeals to you? Like the killing?
The adrenaline rush, probably. You've never.
So did you get the same feeling when you were choking your neighbor's cat when you were 10 years old?
I never choked a cat. It's
I never choked a
it.
cat.
One of the guys I work with choked a cat before, but
You know that the podcast is degraded when you're talking about choking cat. That's part of the 5 cycles of being a psychopath. You choke cats. No, I'm like honestly, like to me, it seems like you spend a lot of time being really fucking cold, expending shit tons of energy for stuff that you could order and they would deliver to your door.
did you? There's a great reward for doing something completely on your own
Yeah.
for yourself in nature, I think.
Yeah, I wish I liked
Right,
going
like-
in nature.
Like, it's one thing to grow a garden and harvest a tomato. It's a completely different thing.
To shoot a raccoon and eat it.
Yeah, sure. If you want to eat a
I'm just
raccoon,
joking.
you can eat. It's probably what's in
Sorry,
your
go
pepperettes
ahead.
anyway. But no, like to go out there because they're not easy, right? To shoot a deer, people will go out hundreds of hours and not shoot a deer. So,
How many have you got in your time?
4.
Wow.
But I've only hunted 6 or 7 seasons, maybe 5 or 6 seasons. I haven't been deer hunting in years. But turkey, I'm a good turkey hunter. Every year I get a turkey.
Nice.
How many turkeys can you kill legally?
2 a season, but not on the same day.
Okay, so you can't hunt like a pack of turkeys.
Well, they sometimes come out in, I guess they call them a flock of turkeys. I don't know. But sometimes they'll come out and the males will run to your immature male decoy and sort of puff themselves up. And then you can only shoot one. Sometimes they'll come in more than one, but
Do you think decoying the turkeys is kind of cheating?
no.
I don't know the rules.
No, you are absolutely allowed to use decoys to hunt turkey. Because you're calling them too, right? Before they see the decoy, you're talking to them in the bush. There's nothing like being up at 4:30 in the morning and seeing the sun come up and you've got your coffee and you're sitting there in the silence and you just hear an owl or something go off and then the whole field lights up. It's all turkeys and they're all talking, trying to figure out where the other turkeys are and when they're going to hit the ground in the morning and which direction they're going to go in. And you're there with your little slate call and a piece of wood and you're tuk, 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 tuk. You're talking to the turkeys, trying to get them to come your way. Yeah, that's something else.
I didn't know all that was involved.
Yeah.
No, me neither.
You don't
What?
just sit there and wait for a turkey to come by.
I figured you just tromped through the woods till you saw a turkey and you shot
No, that's a great way not to see anything.
it. Okay. How do you get to where you are without tromping through the woods? Like, do you start at 2 o'clock in the morning tromping, waiting for
No,
the?
you're up before, so you go in the dark. It's 4:30 in the morning, depending on what time of year. You walk through the cornfield and you sit at the edge of the cornfield, and you just park it until the sun starts to come up. Probably the most peaceful time in your entire life.
So the turkeys that you've killed, do you like make them into turkey burgers, or do you like cook them at Thanksgiving?
We just throw them in the crock pot, shred them up,
Nice.
eat them. Yeah. I used to give my dogs the turkey feet. They chew on turkey feet. They love them.
So do you still go turkey hunting?
Yeah, I went this spring.
Did you shoot 2 turkeys on different days?
No, I only went out one day. On my first day, I went and I shot a turkey.
And you called it quits?
Called it quits. That was enough for the season. I just got busy. Had other stuff to do.
What is turkey season?
End of April to end of May. About you got a month. You can turkey hunt.
I'm trying to figure out. Paisley soccer is like going to end soon, right? Because she's going to graduate and go to university, and so it absorbs an extraordinary amount of my time. Like on Friday night, she played in Cambridge. On Sunday night, she backed up in Vaughan, and on Monday night, she played in Toronto. So that's a lot of time driving to Cambridge for 2 hours. The game is like 2 hours. And you got to be there an hour before, and then driving home, and then doing that, every night of the week. There's soccer practice, and so when all of that ends, I don't know what to do.
I got a great idea for you.
Well, now I'm thinking maybe like I like the whole idea of the turkey thing, except the shooting of the turkey and the dragging of the dead turkey around.
They're not very heavy. A turkey.
I know. It doesn't appeal to me. I don't want to drag the dead turkey around.
I don't think it's the weight that Peaky is worried about.
No, it is. Like, I know. I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
They
wanna
only
carry-
weigh 20, 25 pounds, 30 pounds maybe.
Have you seen me? I can barely walk.
Oh.
Like, you see me carrying a turkey while I'm limping along? I got this turkey. Like, I'm just wondering what to do with my time, and I'm thinking that,
Well,
from this up.
you could fill out all these soil sheets.
Yeah.
And categorize those.
That's at least 3-4 hours a week of my time is soil sheets. Maybe turkey hunting is the thing for me. I see a lot of people fishing.
Fishing.
I used to fish.
Yeah. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was enjoyable, but I don't like it enough to take time out of my schedule to do it now, I guess.
The only thing that I like enough to take time out of my daily schedule to do is sleep. I also have enjoyed, actually, so I've been trying to find other things to do with my time. I have enjoyed picking the low-hanging fruit on the YouTube thing front. I have enjoyed that.
You do enjoy it?
I do like making the videos. I don't think they're good, but I do like making them. And I designed new thumbnails, and they're all the same now with a green background with yellow and black lettering, which they recommend to pick 3 colors. I watched a whole bunch of videos on how to make thumbnails. I find the whole thing that I actually find fascinating.
The thumbnails, yeah.
I find the whole thing of it fascinating. The whole why some stuff works and some stuff doesn't, and it just some videos have 1,800 comments and some have 0. I find the whole thing fascinating. I just find it all interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'll retire. Let's see, if I was retired, then I wouldn't have any content. Like, I need the content, I guess.
Catch-22.
It's a catch-22. Exactly. I don't know. Maybe I'll go hunt turkeys with Chad. So can you hunt them on your property?
I'm in the city limits, so you can't legally shoot a gun. But I got lots of spots around here we can go to.
Do people have signs in Cornwall that say no turkey hunting?
No. Turkeys are everywhere here. Like,
Their problem.
They're
more abundant than distribution centers.
There's I don't know. There's tons and tons and tons of turkeys.
We have unique pizza distribution centers and turkeys.
Yeah.
Welcome to Cornwall.
Yeah.
Is turkey a topping on your pizzas there?
No.
Okay.
No.
Do you pluck the turkey?
Pluck it?
Or defeather it? How do you defeather the turkey?
That's called field dressing.
Oh,
You field dress the turkey, yeah. So
So where do you
get
do that?
on the tailgate of my truck at the yard. You just pull the feathers off its chest, and then it has a hard bone in the center. So I use just like one of those yellow Olfa knives there to cut up the turkey. Just zip it down the center,
I feel like a
peel the
turkey
skin back.
deserves more than an Olfa knife.
I don't think so. Why would it deserve more than an Olfa knife?
Seems like it needs some like ivory handled skinning knife or something. I don't know.
No, you just need a sharp blade.
The mystique of it, mystique of the whole process is kind of lost in the Olfa knife to me.
Yeah, I don't. It, it's not sacred like that, like you think. Like it's a recreation. It's it just you
So
just do it
do
to
you
get
just
it
throw
done.
what's left? Do you throw what's left of the turkey into the soil screening pile?
No, I throw it in the bush. The coyotes will get it.
Coyotes.
Yeah.
Do you ever shoot the coyotes?
No, I would love to shoot coyotes though. It's a whole different hunt. But
So what do you use to kill turkeys?
a shotgun.
And then it distributes the pellets.
Yeah.
do you
Yeah,
hunt anything else?
Turkey and deer. That's it. Never been for moose because we work in October. So and there's not a whole bird hunting. I don't know. That would be all right because you're walking all the time, and your dog flushes the birds out and then you shoot the birds. But
It's not a lot of effort to train the dog to do that.
yeah, I think yeah, I'm sure it is. Yeah, but there are YouTube videos if you want to watch those.
You know what we
Maybe you
haven't?
can.
Sorry, go ahead, Chuck.
Maybe you skip the whole step and just get the dog to watch the videos.
Maybe that's my next content on my YouTube channel is
Yeah.
one thing we haven't discussed before the end of the podcast, which is crashingly coming soon, is the HNA code.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What is the
Good
code,
point.
Mike, officially?
Do you know it off the top? It's VIP NOFH, I think.
I don't know.
Like, buy me some time and I'll look it up right now.
We're buying Mike some time. He's looking it up right now.
Well, tell them what this code is for and stuff. And
well, this code will save you money at HNA getting in and out. Right?
okay,
That's what it's going to do.
We also have a direct link. So the direct link will be in our show notes from now until HNA. So you can either use VIP NOFH, all capitals, or you can just click our link and the promo code will already be applied. This is going to give you 50% off the trade show registration. It's also going to earn us a commission. So thank you if you do decide to use this link. And even if you don't know if you're going or not, I think it's like $12, $15 if you use our code right now. That goes up though until September 5th. So you have until September 5th to get that $15 registration. So even if you don't know if you're going, $15, and you help the podcast out a little and for us to get to HNA.
Did we use our own code?
You can, yeah, well,
that good
I
for
assume
us?
so. I assume so.
Great.
Yeah. So I think I covered that all. Yeah. And I did ask if there's any way we can track it. There's still no way that we can track it. So it's still a question mark what happens at the end of this.
Still a question mark. What happens at the end of this? It's still a question mark.
Yeah.
So the code is VIP.
VIP NOFH. That's not our finest hour.
VIP, not our finest hour, discount code. It saves you huge bucks.
50%. That's
50%.
a huge discount.
It is a massive discount code. It saves you way more than anyone else's discount codes.
Debatable, but
Awesome.
Wow. Isn't everyone else's code an LQuip code?
yeah, everyone else is an equip code. As far as I know, I've seen others now starting to get HNA codes, I think. So they probably just sent out a bunch of emails to a bunch of people.
Well, that makes our code a lot less special, and I don't feel nearly as good about myself now.
We are the only ones with a VIP NOFH code.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. The only ones. All right, I gotta manage trucks in the morning.
All right.
Have a good night, guys.
You never even
Oh.
stopped the podcast yet.
What?
Oh yeah, you're supposed to say
Oh,
you're
this
supposed
is
to say our
Oh,
outro.
so well, this podcast should be called the VIP code.
Oh, good point.
Use our code, VIP. That's what we should name this episode. But this is the end of the podcast.